Alright, slightly different video than usual, but I thought I will let you know anyway because, well, I think it might be important. So, Qingyi got buffed, quite substantially actually. This video will have 2 parts, even though it is very short. In part 1 we will just quickly cover what has been changed, and in part 2 we will talk about the implications of these changes. All footage and info is taken from the creator experience server, and that means it is subject to change. I will publish a Qingyi guide when she releases with all the new and updated information, so subscribe to not miss out on that. That out of the way, let's get into the video. It will be quick anyway. Let's quickly summarize the buffs before we talk about the implications. Her basic 3 now inflicts massively more days, and her assists and dodge counters also inflict less. Here are the changes, pause if you need to. Furthermore, during her basic 3 and 4 she now also gains 30% damage reduction. Buff 3 being her core passive has been buffed massively as well and is now 80% instead of 60%. And lastly, her Mindscape 2 was buffed as well, going from 130 to 135% for a total of 108% increased stun modifier. If that was all you cared about, you can stop watching now. Otherwise, let's continue and have a quick look at the implications of these changes. Let's first talk about her buff to her basic 3, the nerfs to her dodge counter, and the gained damage reduction. We want to talk about all of these at once, because now you can actually kinda just tank some damage sometimes and continue charging that basic 3. And it now inflicts massively more days as well. This means we are actually a little bit less reliant on her dodge counters, which after all do reset our basic 3, and that makes it overall slightly less desirable to get her Mindscape 1, since, well, we do not need to necessarily dodge now and can just tank some of the damage. Looking at all these changes at once, while it is a lot of red here, the buff to her basic 3 is so freaking massive that all of this results in about 7 to 10% more days than before her buffs. But let's actually talk about the biggest change for her, and that honestly being her core passive. Buffed from a measly 60%, and that's a joke by the way, 60% is freaking massive, to an even more massive 80%. This change alone results in a 13% damage gain for Zhu Yuan. If you add Qingyi's M2 to this, we are actually looking at an increase of about 30%, and that basically results in you getting Qingyi and her Mindscapes being a better value for your money than getting Zhu Yuan Mindscapes. Kinda ironic, isn't it? Overall, you know, all of this did not change too much on her calcs or playstyle fortunately, but it made Qingyi an even better pull, while also slightly easier to play and less to care about. And that's honestly it. There's not much more I can say, so this has been a very short video, but oh well. Hope you enjoyed. See ya!